When it comes to bad motherfuckers in the lifting world, looks can occasionally be deceiving, and this is one of those times. Meet Lillian Leitzel, a woman who was 4'9", had the best fucking biceps on the planet while she was alive, was capable of doing more one-arm chin-ups than anyone else in history, male or female, and who was the richest woman in America performing during her life. Lillian Leitzel was a Lilliputian badass who flexed on everybody in America in a couple of ways, one of which was her fucking drip. She earned so much money as the leading star performer of the Ringling Brothers and the Barnum and Bailey Circus, and the combined two when they were put together, that she had her own Pullman sleeping car, which you can see down here was this incredibly opulent way to travel. Only two women I could find of the era had them, and she was the only circus performer to have one in America at the time. The reason I mention Lillian, however, is not because of her insane drip. It is because of her insane biceps and her ability to do 27 one-arm chins with her right arm and 17 with her left arm, hanging from the rings as a warm-up before every single performance she did for Barnum and Bailey. This was attested by many sources. Lots of people saw her, and Lucita Lears, who performed alongside her, was apparently capable of performing every single thing this woman was. But she wasn't allowed to demonstrate it because she wasn't allowed to upstage Lillian Leitzel. Both of these women, they both performed alongside Katie Brumbach, who was a lifter who was known as Sanduina because she had beaten Eugen Sandow in a one-arm lifting competition. Now, the reason why I find this compelling is because David Willoughby, a noted strength historian who wrote the book The Super Athletes, noted in his book there was no way that Lillian Leitzel could have been capable of doing this number of one-arm chins due to the fact that everyone knows that women are only 2/3 as strong as men. And he did that based on the performance in one lift of Katie Brumbach in beating Eugen Sandow to become the strongest woman in the world. Willoughby really liked to cherry pick his sources, and although he considered Katie Brumbach to be unimpeachable as a strong woman and one of the few women who performed actual lifts all the time and refused to ever do any bullshit, he ignored her validation of Lillian Leitzel's chin-up records, and he also ignored the opinion of Lucita Lears with the biggest biceps on the planet, and then he went so far as to ignore this man right here, Alfredo Cadona, who was Leitzel's husband until her death, and he's seen here with Leitzel's replacement, whose name was Avira, and the man was one of only 12 people capable of doing a triple somersault ever. And Willoughby threw out this man's corroboration of her ability to do these chins because it hurt his tiny dick energy. So in his book in 1974, Willoughby concluded that Leitzel was only capable of doing 6 one-arm chins with her right arm, 6 strict ones, and through his various asinine calculations, which put her out of the list of badass one-arm chins and pulls ever in history, which I would say is bullshit. But it's understandable given the fact that when she died, her husband Cadona was the only person who liked her. He liked her enough to erect that badass 17-foot marble statue that you see there, but she was hated by everybody else. They thought she was such a cunt, they preferred to be around Gargantua, who you see pictured there, who was a gorilla that was bigger than any other on the planet, and caged in such a way nobody could get near him because he was the meanest fucking thing on earth. He was also mean for a reason. He had been acid attacked as a baby, which will tend to make you mean, and he had 4 impacted wisdom teeth when he died, which were also probably driving him crazy. And so an acid attacked gorilla with PTSD and infected wisdom teeth was nicer to be around this fucking woman, which is probably why she isn't remembered as well as she should be. So where I thought the takeaway was going to be something like Lillian Leitzel, most baller fucking upper body specialist of all time, I guess it's more like be nicer or else people are going to remember you badly or not at all. Go to plagueofstrength.com and get all the dopeness, history, lifting, programs, every fucking thing you could possibly want, diets. What do you need? I got it. Go there. plagueofstrength.com. Do it.